Ay. Turn up, turn up. Yeah. Alright, I have this Drift King challenge, and it's like this new route. And it's so you can challenge people, and it's a really good route for drifting. I tested it yesterday. Here's my Mopar style Camaro. Here's my muscle car. I just had to make it like this because it just looks like it's a beast. And I just put this color on it though. I just like how you have all that tire right there. I just want to make it kind of simple, but you know, look good at the same time. So I'm gonna go take this out. Let's take it down in this gas station. I'm gonna teleport to where I need to go to. And you'll end up at the same place by doing this. By the way, this beast almost has about 1300 horsepower. Alright, let's go ahead and go over there. Here is where the challenge starts. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through it fast using this car. It's basically all right turns until you almost make a full lap around the top of the mountain. And then once you get to this ring area, you make all lefts until you get back to where you started. So where we started, you see right here, that's where you end, and then you come down here. And this over here is where you start. So you see it's no, let's decline that. Alright, well I'm about to get in the lane and I'm about to start it. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Tried to find the best route that I could for drifting. This is not a drifting car at all, by the way. This is my muscle car. Trying to make this route look as good as possible. And you really do have to have a car with good handling and have some skill for this because it's a really tight area. You're supposed to race through here against somebody. But the thing is, it's not like you can just have a speedy car and make it through easily. It has to be balanced with speed and be able to drift. It's not like you have a way of determining who has more points or anything. This route didn't get boring to me when I first did it. Alright, so now we're gonna make rights around here. So now that we're at the top of the mountain, we're just gonna go around until we get our next exit off and make a right. That's gonna be where the next stop is. Okay. Alright. Yeah, you really do have to have a balanced car. The car that I use for my drifting, alright, here's our first exit off. So now we make a right here until we get to the big arena. So now we're pushing down the mountain. We just went up and now we're pushing down, then we have to push back up again and then down. So this is a bit more of a wide kind of area. The one before was pretty narrow. So this one, if you have a powerful car, it's really good for that. Also, you're supposed to outrun. So what an outrun is you challenge someone while you're behind them at the very start of this route. And then if they get a certain distance away from you, then you lose. But if you pass them and you get a certain distance away from them, then they lose. So you're supposed to be pushing it through the whole way. And if you guys make it through the whole entire thing without anybody getting passed up, whoever's in front wins. So let's say I had someone in front of me and they couldn't get me off their tail in a distance that would end the outrun. Well, then basically I would win because they couldn't get me off. Same thing if I was the one in front. So I'm gonna need someone to demonstrate it with, but I don't have anybody to demonstrate it with yet. I'm just showing what it's like. Alright, so from here you're just gonna push forward, and now we're going back up mountains. The thing is, okay, each of these places are just different in the handles you need for your car and your skills. And for outrunning especially, it's really good. I'm just surprised that I have this muscle car able to actually pull through here. Alright, I think I had some trouble when I was up in here last time. Yeah, but you need a powerful car that can drift. Like, you can't make it all style, because I've had cars like that before. But for this specific area, you can't do that. Alright, we're almost up at the ring at the top of this mountain. So you could just take that little shortcut, the little circle formation you see on the map, or you can just pull through on this road as long as you take this left. So now we're pushing down the mountains. And when I say there's left from here on out, it's 100% left after you get up to that little area. You'll see, because there is a really sharp left that you have to take. And that's actually right up there on the map if you can see it. Alright, it's right here. 100% left. Alright, so now we're gonna work our way all the way back. So there's about 4 sections to this actual route. First, it's like a really thin area, and then you're supposed to be working your way down. It's a really open area. Then after that, it's kind of wide, but it's a little bit more narrow. It's not as narrow as the first one. And then you have this section where it's just kind of a balance. And it's a little bit of a smaller section than the rest, I would say. So now we can see that we're over here at the yellow brick road. So then you just continue to make a left, and then once you're on this road, you end up right back where we started, which is right here. Alright, so that's the whole route. I'm gonna go ahead and get another car out here. I don't know which one I should do. I'm just gonna test it out with a few cars so you can figure out what I'm doing exactly. Alright, next I'm taking the Italia GT3. Then I'm gonna go with this. I'm not gonna use these two. I haven't ever used them yet for it. Alright, so I'm gonna leave the garage. Hopefully this works out good, because this GT3 I built, it was like, I don't know, it's about power, and it's more of like a track type vehicle. But I'll see how it works out for me. Maybe I can pull through with it. It was pretty quick on the go though. I made it like a kind of like a candy bread. I had a black top as just a wrap that I did, and then it has the GT3 body kit. Also, there's a Lamborghini that has it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out, and it is pretty fast. And that Camaro actually has a lot of power to it. Not only just power, but it's top speed. I think at 248, and I didn't have any more room to go, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this back over to the Drift King challenge. Alright, this should go pretty good. And then last, I'm gonna pull out my other one. So from here, you just go ahead and turn around, and you go right here. I don't have any lap times for this, so I can't tell you how fast I've done it. I would just have to be recording in order to see. Alright, so I'm going to start off. Normally you would have someone behind you right in this area, and you would both start up. Alright, so let's see how this goes with the Italia. I don't exactly know how this route's gonna go with this Drift King challenge, but you need control for sure. Ooh. Ow. If you don't have control, you're gonna get left behind no matter how fast your car is. Because one of the main keys to winning a race is cutting off time, and if you're able to cut corners, that's gonna make more of a difference than if you're going fast, depending on the area that you're in. Alright, that actually went pretty good, that turn right there. Ooh, that was a little bit close. Yeah, it's all but you can't rush it. Ooh. And it actually is kind of the car that you're using, because not every car will do as good. But of course, it still depends on your skill. You can't just have a good car and expect to win all the time. Alright. Like this area, you can kind of just push through the whole area. It's a bit risky though. Oh, I almost hit 10K. Is right up here. Ooh, don't want to get in the grass, especially if you're using NOS. One thing good to know is there's actually these little dirt barriers, and this has been in effect for actually about 10 years now. No exaggeration. In Need for Speed, if you happen to dip in there going fast, it will pull you around the corner. But you have to have enough control not to wreck. So that's the other thing about it. Trying to see this where this will take us. And I also have this mini testing route that I'm going to do with my Skyline, because that's my actual drifting car. But I'm going to show that right after. And in case you didn't know, I actually am starting, like, you would just have to check it out. It's not like prepared or anything yet. It's supposed to start officially tomorrow. But I'm gonna have a new YouTube channel because I need to change the way I do things. You know, before I had like a channel and everything, and I just like the point of me even doing anything. Recently I've just been really trying to show, you know, what I do and stuff on this channel. It's not so much about teaching how to hack and all this other stuff, but it's more about what kind of player am I, like what kind of things do I play. Like, I feel like this channel just gives you more of an idea, and I feel like PsYKRILIX is my account that I've been using for everything besides Need for Speed, Black Ops 3, Modern Warfare, and Infinite Warfare. So that's where I feel like I need most of my stuff at, and I'm still going to be using these, but it's called PsYKRILIX, and that's basically going to be the trinity of them all. That's where I'm going to be actually doing other things in. But I feel like this itself, you know, gives a good idea. And I think it would be fine leaving it that way too. I mean, of course I have 180 subscribers, but I need people that are active, because I don't want it to be about numbers. So I need to start fresh. Not in my games. I'm definitely not starting fresh in my games like I did before. but I'm gonna go ahead and just give certain things another chance, if that makes sense. Alright, but I'm almost done with this route, I think. Still trying to figure out who the person is, who the person's gonna be that I'm gonna do this with. It'd be cool to just go ahead and tug down here. Alright, anything that I suggest, if you're gonna do tuning setups and stuff like that, one thing I recommend is a strong handbrake, and you need grip. You just need the kind of grip that will allow you flexibility. That's the key to my car that I use for competitions. It's all about power and flexibility. You don't want a car that's too grippy that won't turn. You absolutely don't want that, because if you're trying to get all that power out of your car and you're in a city, it's not going to work out too well for you. So that's one thing I can say about that. And don't ever use the top slider unless you're trying to go ahead and just get something that's pretty much preset. Just take the time and go through and learn what all the handling things are once your car has all the upgrades it needs. Not always all elite, but things that actually go together. And I spent some hardcore time on this car, changing it up and everything. But this is my Skyline right here. I like how it turned out. I was just trying to be creative with it. Alright. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I do to test out my cars. So this might not be necessary. Oh, there's someone behind me. Wow. This might not be necessarily easy. This person's following me, I think. Yeah. Alright, I don't know what they're doing. I feel like they're gonna try and drag or something. The reason why I like this car is because it can pull off the drifts, but it can get you back in track without making you wreck like some other drifting cars I've had do. So it just puts you back in line. So from right outside the garage, it's just take that left, take this right, take this left. Once you get over here, another left, another right, another left, and then you dip. Now you could just cut through here, and just keep going down, but I eventually decide to just go all the way down that strip. This depends on your goal. I feel like this is also a good way to get rid of cops. If you have cops on you and you take them over here, a good way to get rid of cops is take corners, because if you get out of their line of sight, they can't really find you. Now it also depends on what heat you're on. And also turning off your car gives you a better chance of getting away if you're in a good hiding spot. If you're in a trash hiding spot, it's not going to work out for you. So those are some tips I have to give to you. If you want to challenge me, I'd be more than happy to go ahead and do that. I'm just testing out this car right now. I tried making a car that wasn't so to the extremes of drifting. Just something that still keeps the drift, but still has some power in it, and still has a good style to it and everything. That's how I wanted to keep this car. Sometimes it just feels more of like a slider. Alright, but other than that, peace out.